Right, good evening YouTubers. This is an update 2 on the turntable. As you can see, I have it all installed. I have all the locomotive bays all put into position, all got the underlay underneath them all been wired up. Now it comes with the wiring up section of this track. It was quite unusual. I've looked on YouTube and found some other guys that had the same problem. You'll see here you have your white is right and your black is left. So then when you're wiring up each of your individual bays here for your locomotives, you automatically the right track is white and the left track is black. Well, that works fine until you get around to about this section of my layout. Then the polarity of the tracks just changed over. Then so the white should be left and the black should be right. So in doing that, I found that I was having shorts when the locomotives would run into all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bays. They'd all short out. So what I had to do was actually wire the wires the opposite way around. So mind you, I'd already soldered all the tracks into the point, so I wasn't going to change the soldering on it. So I just underneath the bench, I've just changed the wires to the other way around. And that's fixed the problem now, so all my locomotives now will run off on things. But it's just amazing, isn't it, that these two tracks were where the white was right, and these ones here, the white was left, and all these 6 around here. So I think if I would have turned the turntable around the way, it would have been a different format again. But that's the way it's working, so it's all up and running now. As you can see, I've got the underlay underneath the turntable, the tracks. I've actually, as I said before, I've put in a bit of flex track there, cut the sleeper underneath here, underneath the rail, so let's cut that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sleepers. So on the 5th one back I've cut, and then I've clipped it all into position. As you can see, it's still reasonably steady. It's got a little bit of play, not much, but I have tacked the track down here, not too close to the ramp, otherwise you'll end up with the end of your track being higher because of the if you're laying your track and then you push down that way, it lifts up like that. So now I've got that sorted out. It runs nicely onto the turntable. And same again, I've done just another little flex track there, as I first showed you in my first video, and how it works there. So that's working quite well. We're just using flex track, and as you can see, it's quite secure. There's no real movement in that one at all. And it's just as secure as these ones here. The only trouble I do have, what I'm going to have to do is actually might stick a little bit of super glue underneath one of these rails, because as some of the locomotives run on, it does move the rail a bit, because I've taken the clips out, which you have to do for a DCC layout. And as I said, the easiest way to do, don't chip that, have a cheap controller. We've all brought train sets and Hornsby controls. You all had just the Hornby DCC controller. Just use one of those, wire it up to your turntable, and that way you don't have to worry about going into your DC controller to change the floor format to get the actual turntable to work. So you can just work it straight off the DC power, but still be wired up for DCC. So that's excellent working there. As you can see, I've laid some more underlay around here on this section of the turntable. I've done all the turntables, so it's complete. I've run some down here as well. I've got to the stage where I've run it to here and back to the main line, and then now I'm just going to buy some more underlay and finish off the 2 runaround sidings, the main siding here and around there. I was on eBay. I know I needed buffer stoppers at the end of all my sidings on my turntable. I went on eBay and found some for $16.85 I got the pack of 6. Plus, I got another 8 more, and these are sort of Pico ones. I got 2 Pico ones like that. You can see that little red one there, and I got oh, where is it? Oh, that's right. So back of here, another one like that is also, and some more plain Hornby black ones. So it was a really good buy. They work perfectly on the layout. So now all my sidings and my turntable are all secure, so no locomotives will run off. Up the top here, I've just put a bit of the underlay on the points here, working that into it. And then from then, I haven't done any securing now, I just place that under there, so I'll be a bit of tacking later on to hold that in position. And that's about it for the moment, but just remember that turntable, a big thing with the wiring. As I said, when I first wired it up, I soldered all the tracks, white was right and black was left on all these. But the trouble was, when I put it on to run it through to the power, that's only the temporary tool. I'm going to actually weld the clips to the rails. I'm going to replace that rail there, and with the problems. But just remember that, and the polarity of the rails changed. It got to here and changed from white being right to white being left, and on all those 6 rails there, that was all the same. So I had to change that. I didn't change the wiring on the up here. I just changed it underneath when I connected all the wires together. So that's it. That's the turntable all wired up, ready to go, and working perfectly. All right, I'll talk to you later. That's my update for so far.